So we have got the 80 plus player picks back. It's a very decent SBC. It's an upgrade that everybody does love, and it is a 1 of 3 80 plus pick. We've got our first 3, and we're going to be showing you how to pretty much just get unlimited of them. In terms of picking the packs, I would go with potentially either League SBC or highest rated, depending on what rating we're looking at. 82 and under, I'd be looking at League SBC. We should be getting a fair few decent players naturally as you go through. I couldn't ask for a better one to start with there. 2 PSGs, and then we get another 80. So for instance, we could go for the 81, but we know Endo can be used in a League SBC. But not only that, we have the daily login complete. So today we managed to go ahead and get ourselves an 87 times free and an 84 times 20. So again, that's going to be great fodder for what we're going to be utilising the 80 plus player picks for in the future. In terms of what we get here, we'll go with a bit of Burkamp, and let's open up the big packs as well. So the first one, we've got an 87 times free, guaranteed double walkout. Let's see what we can get. It's not going to be special, but it's going to be France, centre back, Renard, double walkout, which is always nice. So 88's a great start with Oblak. I mean, we take 2 88s, then obviously we've got an 87 behind it, could be another 88, and it's going to be Kobel. I'll take it. And then obviously we have got the 84 times 20. This is going to be great if you are doing any big SBC, so make sure that if you are grinding these daily picks out, hopefully you haven't missed one. We're going to get an Inform, which is a great start. Striker English, Bayern Munich. Is that a cheeky Harry Kane? Oh, they got me. They did get me, but we did get Solanke. Okay, still good. I didn't think Kane had an Inform. So we got 90, 86, and we got ter Stegen, Kimmich, Paredes. Okay, very, very nice. Then we've got some 86s. We've got one duplicate. We have got a Rapsodori, and everybody's lovely Norwegian in Odegaard. That is a phenomenal pack. And what we could use this pack for is the brand new double 85 upgrade. So with this one, we don't actually need any team of the weeks, which is always nice. So it just adds a little bit of an easier grind without the team of the weeks in there. It is 2 84s and an 83 if you want. Obviously, I got an 87, so would I want to put him in here? Then we'll go for it. And there we go. Just with a simple bit of fodder, we've managed to get at least the first one done. So we've got, I think, 2 times we could do this now. We've got an 85 double for it. Can we do it again? We can do it 2 more times. I'm assuming we can do it every day, but there isn't actually a repeatable there. I'm assuming we just get it refreshed naturally. But the big thing with the packs, and this is kind of what you always have to do with any of these upgrades that have got 2 segments, you normally get 2 tradable packs back. What we can utilize these for, which we've got Odegaard back in, is obviously selling everything. Anything that's tradable, it is a philosophy to sell everything, because everything is untradeable nowadays, from any guaranteed packs to obviously the promo packs. Everything is geared towards keeping everything untradeable, so you don't necessarily make coins, and you've either then got to pay money to do it or a lot of time. It looks like we're having a bit of trouble with FIFA at the minute. I don't know why. If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. And there we go, we've got the packs. So we get everything gone from this. We don't have anything that we want to keep or sell there. And then obviously we can't just transfer anything. There we go. And these are just going to go up for pretty much minimum add 1. Sometimes you can get a little bit lucky with the players, but naturally they predominantly go for just 1 up. When it comes to rares, again, unless they're 83 and above, they don't tend to go for anything. So we made maybe 2.5k off that. Even though, yes, it's not a great deal and maybe not making loads of coins, it is still adding to that cash. That is 3, 4, 5 players that you can buy back for another upgrade, and it just makes things a bit cheaper. Like for instance, we've got all of these now. We can have a look and see, are these worth selling? Should you keep them for the daily gold? Naturally, if you're getting a lot of untradables, I would just try and stick to all of them. Sometimes they won't be worth anything, like I say. Maybe Lib and Sud, to be honest, probably not, but they are at least League SBC value at a minimum. When it comes to a lot of these players, we can just get rid of them. If you want to check, then naturally you can do. And 83s tend to be like 1-2, 1-1 at the minute, especially with all of these upgrade packs requiring them. We've got the double 85 that is going to keep the ball rolling with them. And then we get the final reward of an 85 times 2, which is going to be Argentinian striker Martinez. Double? No double. So an 87 and an 85 by the looks of it. Who are we going to get? I'll take it, 2 Argentinians. So more fodder going back into it. Yes, we gave up Odegaard, but technically we had to anyway. So the next step of where you want to go with this then, we've kind of had a little bit ahead of time because this is what the 80 plus pick should do. Now, in terms of the 80 plus pick, we've got so much around. We've got the 1 of 3 here. What it does require is 6 players in total, 5 common, 1 rare. The way I would set this up just before we go into the kind of unlimited side of it is go into your golds. You can go untradeable if you are already stocked. And naturally, I'll be looking for anybody that isn't League SBC, which I'll be telling you who they are in 1 second. And naturally, we'll go for anybody that I know isn't going to be League SBC relevant. And naturally, you'll figure that out eventually. And there would be an example of an 80 plus player pick. None a League SBC. You get it done nice and easily. So once we've got this one done, we'll show you the League SBC, how I grind that through, and just naturally perfect kind of sense of grinding this really. So we're going to get an 83 back. We'll go with one that I don't normally see because naturally you will find that you do get quite a lot of the same. And the best thing is the Premium Mixed League upgrade is there for 109 days. It's had an added bonus of League Gun that I will show you. We'll finish all of these, and obviously I will show you each and individual one. So when it comes to Lib and Sud, it is predominantly based on what your club's like, but you can just buy all of these no problem. You don't necessarily have to buy everybody, and you can kind of grind through at your own pace, but when it comes to these, I find trying to just get them done as quick as possible is normally the best route because naturally you can spend a lot of the time trying to pack every single lib to make it. But for me, it's just not efficient enough. You want to be just getting it out straight away. So we've got all our libs. Because I've only done this the last couple of days, then obviously we do have a few, but we do have a decent amount of suds. So that's going to keep the rating nice and high. And everything here is pretty much just pack pulled. We have got Cavani and Fernando is normally the player I go with. I don't know if we had the same team there, so let's get somebody lower in. We've got the rating, which is nice, 74. And all I've got to do now is find the chemistry. So get these across. Can any of these play right mid? These can play right back. That's perfect. There we go. Nice and easy. No one had to buy. I would suggest Cavani and Fernandez as 2 that you would get if you don't already have them, as they are 79 rated each, and they just keep that rating that little bit higher. When it comes to opening the packs, naturally the right hand side is all untradeable, the left hand side is not. It is fully tradable. They are the ones that just need to go. They can all be sold, and that is where you make a little bit of profit back. When it comes to this side, for instance, we've got League SBC, League SBC, League SB, League SBC. These can be put into any silver upgrades or anything like that. League SBC for the silver there, he's a 71, so it's perfect. And then we have another 2 that, if are untradeable, can go back into League SBC. So what I'll do is I'll transfer them over. Obviously Tower Room can be in there in the next set of it. So we'll finish off all of them and I'll show you each finished SBC. And there's the first one done. We've got ourselves our duplicate untradeable. So nice and easy. Half and half. Prem, La Liga. Keep it nice and simple. And there we go again. Half and half. Serie A, Bundesliga. Keep it nice and simple. So that's it fully completed, but we do have one more to go. It is, I wouldn't even say the trickiest one anymore, because we did have the Liga and Eredivisie. So this used to be one team. So for instance, I used to pick Taurum's team in Nice. That was just the easiest one for commons, rares, and all of that good stuff. We do have now got 6 players on this team, which is always perfect, but all you have to give up is 6 players. It is literally as simple as that, and that for me is just the easiest grind. So that's number 6 done already. What I would then suggest doing, instead of League Gun, because I find that the easier one out of the 2 to get anybody of 6 players and more, I would literally now just go into the Eredivisie and just put in the rest of the players. Go with the bronzes, because we don't need any rating really here. We've got golds out of the League Gun, and I'd just work my way through there. So for instance, with this, all we need to do is find ourselves 10 chem, which again is the easiest thing you can absolutely do. And that is all you've got to do for that SBC. It's absolutely perfect. It has lost a little bit of profit from selling the League SBC cards, but realistically what you make back is so much better. So for instance, with this one, we have the Small Prime Golds pack, we have the Jumbo Gold pack. That is from the left hand side. Both of these are tradable, so this is perfect to make some coins back, because naturally the League SBC itself isn't really that expensive. So let's open up the first one. If you do get a team of the week as well, you are absolutely laughing because it is just so much money that you can make straight away. The whole entirety of this is coming in at 25,000 coins. So realistically, you are trying to make, if you can, that back on the left-hand side, but it's not the overall game of this. So for instance, we've got someone here, we'll get him up for 500. We've already got a discard value of, once this decides to go any quicker, of 1,500. So naturally, we should be getting roughly, what's that? So we've got 1.5, we've got, say, 2.5, 3, 4, say 4 and a bit of change, because naturally they're not all 500, but they're a bit of change there to get it done, plus then the 84, which is a little bit of an extra bonus, because naturally I think they go for about 2 to 3k. Judging from, we've got the 85 double that needs 2 84s, it's going to add a bit of value. So realistically, we've made about 5 to 6k. That's taken the League SBC to 20,000 already. Like I said, sometimes you can get worse. You may not get an 84, and you might not even get a board in some of them, but naturally it's the minimum floor that you're looking at. With this one, we managed to make, once it loads, 80 rated. So again, it's going to be, say what, 1, 2, 3, again about 4,000 coins, give or take. Obviously it's not perfect maths, so realistically we've made about 9 to 8k off that. So that takes it down to about 16,000 coins in total. So that means the rest of the free packs, we have paid technically 16k to get all of these. It is a guaranteed 82, so that is always nice. Might, again, not always give you the best pulls. Sometimes you get really lucky with these. This is an 83. Naturally with these, again, if you get them duplicate untradeable, then obviously you can sell them on, and that's a little bit of extra fodder, but you already had that in the club. Naturally, I wouldn't discard players, but for the purpose of the video, we want to look at the prime gold, as this tends to be where you get the better pull out of anything. It's going to be, not, is it Wirtz or is that Hoffman? It's probably Hoff. Oh, it's Wirtz, so we get an 85, even better, and Grealish in the back there. So realistically, we've actually made ourselves our technical profit just off them 2 cards alone. If we do manage to duplicate, unfortunately, they don't actually have tradable value, but what we can do now is we take this and figure out what we want to do with it. So obviously we could either go back to the League SBC with that Serie A player, or we could put him in an 80 plus pick. Naturally, then we just keep going round. You will find that every now and then you'll get yourself an inform. They can sell anywhere between 40 to 55,000 coins, which literally is 2 sets of a whole League SBC completely paid for. When it comes to Grealish, I'm now debating, where do I go? Do I go for an 83 plus? Do I go for the 85 double again? This is kind of now the point where I'm like, I don't know where I want to put him, and you've just got to find a spot that you're looking to grind, because there is a lot of things on the market that you can go with. You can go with any player, you go with any icon, or you just go with a generic upgrade, a year in review pick with icons, you go with a hero pick, and naturally that is where we kind of put them. But when we're doing the League SBC, the whole point is to keep grinding it round. Then obviously we can then take any non-League SBC players. So for instance, for this, we are looking to go, the people we don't want to use is Prem, Ligue 1, Eredivisie, Serie A, Bundesliga, La Liga, and Lib and Suds. Everybody else is absolutely game for it. So naturally, if I, for instance, wanted to use that Serie A player, I know full well I can use them. Then we can obviously use Saudi, because it's not Saudi, the women's Prem, because we don't need any of them for League SBC, and we can just keep grinding it round. The fact that we have got the women in the game now has made this so much easier, because there's just like a whole new set of players that we just naturally wouldn't have before. You do have to have one rare, but again, you should get that pretty easily. And that's all you've got to do. League SBC, daily golds, daily challenges, all sellable, tradable cards gone, everything untradeable, whacked into these, whacked into the winter wildcard, and it is a piece of cake. We managed to get an 86, an 83 and an 82 so far, and I think an 81 or something. In this one, if it's ever going to show up, we get double inform. Okay, so technically we've saved ourselves some absolute pennies. We're going to go for the highest inform there, and he's currently coming in at about 40,000 coins, give or take. It is as simple as that, and that's how you grind unlimited picks.